Hello, welcome to this podcast. In this podcast, I'm going to talk about how you must be your own best friend. So, first of all, I would like to start off by the quote: "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." This has been mentioned by Lord Buddha. So, what I need to tell you is that you must be your own best friend. You must treat yourself the way you would treat a person who you value highly and who you care about highly. So, make sure to always appreciate yourself. Give yourself the due credit whenever it is needed, and say to yourself that you are an amazing person just being the person that you are. Because do you know how precious life is? Alright, you can do a lot of great things by just being alive. So the fact that you are making an effort to be alive and kick life in the ass, whatever circumstances you might face, you being alive right now is and will always make you a great person, because you are still trying at life, So you, more than anyone else, must appreciate yourself and only say compassionate, positive things to yourself, and always try to say positive things about yourself. If you have a journal, go and write positive things about yourself on it, rather than focusing on the negative. It is better for you to write it in a journal where you write good things about yourself. It is necessary to focus on the compassionate things when you are referring to yourself. That is what being your own best friend is all about. Also, it means that you'll be honest with yourself. Where you have some sort of flaw in any manner, then you can just point it out and say, hey, I need to improve in this. But that doesn't mean you must condemn yourself in any position. You must never condemn yourself. You should always give yourself good words, okay? Just as how you would encourage your best friend. Like, you could tell to your best friend that you're amazing, you're great, you're everything. You need to tell all those things that you would tell a best friend, which would be, if you have a real best friend, they would care for you deeply. They would give you the correct advice, and they would appreciate you for who you are. So being your own best friend is doing those same actions to yourself. And that is important more than anything else, to make sure that you appreciate yourself for who you are as a person and make the necessary improvements in your life without condemning yourself in any manner, where you would be the best version of yourself in the long run. So also, you need to accept yourself. Being your own best friend is about self-acceptance, because if you have, let's say, anything that you want to master, you need to accept and be patient with yourself and even understand your limitations. You must not tire yourself out and burn yourself out, even emotionally or physically, where it is not necessary to do that. Because when you're your own best friend, you would accept yourself for who you are and appreciate yourself completely, fully. And when you do that form of appreciation and acceptance, then you can watch the world around you change. Because being a person that would appreciate yourself fully would make you attract good things in life. That is how it works. The more appreciation that you give to yourself in this lifetime, the more appreciation that you will receive from the outside world. So be kind to yourself. Whenever you feel self-critical, for some of us, we tend to be more self-critical than the others, and if you just slow down your thought process and think to yourself, how many thoughts do you have which are self-critical? Because I sometimes myself catch myself thinking something self-critical, and I'm like, oh, whoa, where the fuck did that come from? Because seriously, most of these self-critical thoughts are not our own thoughts. They're possibly what you heard maybe on the TV or something, I don't know. Or certain thoughts you might have heard when you were younger, possibly. That is if you're a bit older, whoever listening to this. But anyhow, these are not your thoughts, okay? None of the self-critical thoughts are your own. You must appreciate yourself, but not in that egotistical sense. You must accept yourself for your own limitations. And anyhow, all I want to say is that you must appreciate yourself and be your own best friend. And that is more necessary to be your best self. You cannot be your best self if you're not your own best friend. So I think you need to remember that. And that way, life will be better, not only for us, but for people who know us. And we can easily, be the best version of ourselves. So be your own best friend. That's all I want to say in this podcast. Thank you for